Hello? Can you hear me? I repeat, can you hear me? Just remember, YouTubies, if you want to listen to the music in the background, it's on Twitch well, because Twitch is very funny with copyright. So the actual music and the party is over at Twitch technically. But yeah, feel free to stay on YouTube. It's fine. Hey everybody. We'll start in a moment. We'll let like a few more people sort of adjust, get in here, and then yeah, we'll start the show. I know Hannah's been loving the teaser so far, which I'm really grateful for. Yeah, there'll be plenty more teasers, I'll tell you that. Plenty more. When the announcement comes, act surprised, huh? 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 Jeez. You guys are too smart, okay? You guys are too smart. Okay. We've got a few things to do today. Hi. Hi. It's your boy, Nate. I'm still running things in the background, so apologies if I'm looking around here, but hi guys, how you doing? You going good? I'm back from Scotland. Took a day off on the stream on Thursday. I'm so sorry. I was cooking. And unfortunately I cooked a bit too much because I didn't check everything out thoroughly. So I kind of wanted to well, to be honest, we weren't actually meant to cover Caleb's Indulgent scheme today because I don't have the card, but one of the mods, my lovely mods, is a Caleb-sized hole, and so she's got one of the memories. She has the memory. So we're gonna go through the story of Caleb's Indulgent scheme through the eyes of Mer, if that makes any sense. So we're very blessed. Thank you, Mer. We appreciate it. Your gooning is always how do I say this? Is always welcome here. It's always welcome here because I have 2,000 gems and I need to save these 2,000 gems for for Caleb, his myth, right? It's coming. So how's everybody doing? I see people have been chatting in the chat and I've been kind of snooping around a little bit. I saw someone's trying to make breakfast. Is it bacon and eggs? I love bacon and eggs. You got to dip the bacon in the egg. Oh, that's the best. And yeah, we'll kind of go through some of the announcements regarding the weird videos that have been on my channel and what we've been cooking in the background. So we'll reveal mostly everything today, and we'll get through some of the get through the Indulgent scheme. Okay, does that sound good, chat? Does that sound good? Right. I haven't done some streaming here in ages, so if there's any audio issues and stuff, just let me know. Yeah. Yes. Eggs on toast, yeah, boy. And what is happening? What is happening? What is happening? We're gonna go through Caleb's scheme. His little schemies. That is a crazy trailer though when they released that. Nate is gonna dye himself purple. No. But I see what you're going with. No, I'm not gonna be Thanos today. But alright then, so should we get out the way? We'll go through this this big announcement, okay? Oh wow. That actually worked. Thank you, Eleanor, for the donation. I appreciate you. Glad to have caught you live. Hope all is well with you. It is all well. So thank you. I appreciate that. That really helps me. And the channel, we've been working really hard to make sure that we bring the best content to you guys. So I'm hoping you guys are all available for the 17th of January, right? Jan 17th, you Americans. Freedom formula thing. Yeah? I hope we're all good. I hope you guys are ready. It's going to be a big one. So I've got a really big announcement to point out just over here. And That's not the announcement. We're going to be showing a big announcement here, sorry. The Big Lads Quiz of the Year. So, yeah, this Big Lads Quiz of the Year is something that we've been preparing in the background. We've been planning it for about a month and a half. And it's been an interesting journey. It's been an interesting journey. And what I can say is that I'll announce some of the contestants today. And I think if you guys have been in the loop of the community and stuff, that the final contestant is hopefully you. You guys saw that? Okay. It's meant to be a joke. I ain't showing that again, okay? I ain't showing that again. So if you want to see that, you got to go back. But basically, the story is that I was in the shower this afternoon, and I was just like, oh shit, my mum has a black apron. And yeah. I wore it. And I was like, and then literally my mum, after I wore it, she was like, Nath, like, why are you wearing an apron topless? And I was like, I'm not doing this on stream. There's no way in hell I'm doing this on stream. So here's a photo. You can go back to it. I'm very embarrassed about it, but if you guys want to look at it, go for it. But I just thought it'd be a nice little thing for you guys during the event today, since we're doing the apron, Caleb apron thing. So, but yeah, moving on swiftly. I'm very shy. Moving on swiftly, we've got the Big Lads Quiz of the Year coming up, and I've been posting up these very cryptic messages. So, I just wanted to go through this real quick, but I posted this weird trailer. I'm hoping you guys have seen it. I'll go through it anyway because it's kind of funny. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. So, I didn't really know at the time how to do.
It's showtime.
It's showtime. Yeah. So this trailer specifically, like, I was like, okay. We've got this big quiz coming up. I need to hype it up. I need to drop like some really like weird teasers. Like, what do I do? And I was like, I love Caleb's trailer. Let me do that. And then I didn't realize I didn't have a microphone, so I used my MacBook to record the audio for that one, which was really difficult. I'm not gonna lie, it was so difficult. All the sounds in it are my like sound effects that I've gotten from elsewhere. So like, if you can hear closely, you should be able to hear Iron Man. Listen to Iron Man's repulsor beams. Yeah, ready? Ready? So I added all these sound effects and stuff to make it seem as legit as possible, but like really cursed, like super cursed. Like when I was doing this, I did think of Shaname. I was like, this is cursed. This is right up Shaname Street. This is good shit. And then I started cooking all these ideas, and obviously I've been doing loads of things behind the scenes, talking to a bunch of different content creators and all that, trying to get it all together. And yeah, and then shortly, and I was like, how do I like do another one that's really cursed? I was like, okay, let's do this one.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
And I don't know if you guys noticed here, but I try to make it as subtle as possible, but you can see a little outline of a logo here. And unfortunately, if I did it any higher, it would be too visible. Well, actually, on YouTube now it's quite blurry, I guess. So maybe I should have watched out for that.
I'll do it myself.
Yeah, you can kind of see it appearing here. Like, can you see it a little bit? But it's a learning experience for me because I've never done anything like this promotional material stuff. But it was so fun. It was so fun. Like, I thoroughly... A voice project, yeah, it's kind of like a voice project, to be fair. Like mini projects for one big thing. And yeah, we just ran with it. We've got so many more things to announce. Mari's done a few of her own edits as well for some of the other content creators, which I hope you guys will look forward to, because we've put a lot of effort into getting this out, making it like really interesting, mysterious. We've done, you know, we've got a bunch of the content creators to send out this puzzle yesterday, for example, and somehow miraculously a lot of you guys have already figured it out, which is crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. You're geniuses. You're straight up geniuses. I'm losing everyone here. What am I looking at? Yeah, you guys are absolute geniuses. So I'm guessing most of you have figured this out in the chat. I'm guessing. But anyway, the Thanos one was okay because it just revealed the logo. I'm now revealing you the logo here. Okay. And obviously I'm sure most of you have seen Cursed Jordan. And I literally was messaging Jordan and I was like, hey man, listen up buddy. I'm gonna need a face of you from the front and a face of you from the side, and I need you to say 2 lines, dude. 2 lines, okay?
Before you met me.
So I had a lot of fun doing this one. I found a really funny clip of him with Raphael.
Sorry.
Hey, Lads Butterfly. And I was hoping, like, when I did the motion tracking at the start, that it would throw people off. I was hoping it would throw people off, like, oh, it's just gonna be a motion track, but then boom, it like hits you with the face swap. Here. Doesn't Jordan look absolutely incredible here? Doesn't he look so good here? Hey? I didn't think it would look that. When I saw it, I literally screamed. I was like, wow! Jordan, you look amazing! And he said he was very shocked as well. He was very happy about it. So it just came out so well. It came out so well. No comment. Mwah, mwah, cursed image, mwah, cursed video.
This is a story that's about to unfold.
So I'm very proud of the work. I like to share it with you guys because a lot of things, like a lot of planning goes ahead for this. So, but on the January 17th, 2026, there was an event hosted in the southeast of London. The hype leading up to the show left behind droplets of mystery. This is the mystery, okay? Lads, the Otome civilization thought to be lost to the sands of Goon had reappeared. So this was again taken from the Raphael trailer and then changed up to hype up the event. So yeah, it was really fun. It was really fun. This other piece that we've got, this Studio Ghibli one, unfortunately it was meant to be one whole clip of Howl's Moving Castle breakfast scene and just me and the mods cooking. We were just cooking. But unfortunately, Ghibli is very, very protective of his assets. Even though we are editing it, we're doing out of own voice lines, we're changing literally everything, and Ghibli's not having it. Are all the quizzes and marking your idea? Yes, the quiz is my idea, and the mods ran with the content, and Banshee came up with the puzzle idea for the marketing. It was incredible. Her ideas were the ones that spurred us to be, oh, split it in 16 pieces. Oh, the puzzle. And I was like, I don't even understand how this puzzle works, but let's go over it. Let's go over it. That's cool. And it was a massive success. You guys are way too smart. And yeah, it was incredible. Me and Mari have been mainly just doing the video editings, and like I've been giving the directions in terms of like the ideas, but Mari has edited some of them, and you'll see them. They're really good. They're really, really good. I really like them. So I hope you look forward to them. But yeah, we've all been working as a team. Housey's been sort of running the background there, and Mer's been adding to the quiz questions, the content, etc. So everyone has been doing such a huge effort in getting this all together. So round of applause for the mods. They've been absolutely fantastic on this journey. So it's been a good show. Yeah. So this Howl's Moving Castle one was meant to be one whole 1 minute and 30-minute long like video, but unfortunately, again, I could only split it up into these segments to make sure it's not copyrighted. Like, I don't mind it being copyrighted, but this is copyright to an extent where I couldn't even upload it. It was blocked completely. So, but yeah, I like this. This is
Nate, you're being so obedient.
Not on purpose. She bullied me.
Not just anybody can do that. And you are...
So that is Halsey. That is Halsey. And I'm Calcifer.
Not on purpose.
I'm Calcifer. So you're gonna hear all of the mods and me throughout this whole little video of ours. And then this is just incredible
You can
voice
call
acting.
me Karaoke Banshee. I'm Nate's co-host. I just started work today.
Give that to me. And made 2 more promo videos and 6 more content creators.
Yeah, so unfortunately I will get them all out in due time. It's just I will get it all out in due time. It's just I had to split up the videos just because of the content copyright block thingy-majiggies. It was brutal. It was brutal. But yeah, it's been really fun doing this. We've got a lot more teasers to show. I'll announce some of the ones that are formally in. But does anyone in the chat have an idea of who's in? Anyone in the chat have an idea who's in? So this is me. Yeah? This is kind of obvious. Who's this one? I should probably play the music again. Your mom? Oh, damn. Good time for that joke, though, to be fair. Yeah, Mimberly's part of it. So I'll go through the ones that I'll announce today. So Mimberly, I've known Mimberly for quite some time. Where is she? Why is she not popping up? Mimberly has I've known Mimberly right when I started, actually. When I started the lad's journey in October last year, this Bristolian lovely content creator, the accent, you can tell from the way she speaks and the way she conducts herself, like she's from the Southwest, and I instantly fell in love with her reactions to the lad's characters, her ideas, etc. And she's just really funny. She just comes out with things, you know. In my eyes, she's like her reactions are similar to some, like, for example, Lexi. It's very like wow, like expressive. So she's good. We have a funny story that I can't say here, or I won't say here, that happened in our Discord, I think earlier this year, and it was so damn funny. But yeah, Mimberly's a treasure. I had to include Mimberly into the mix. I can see loads of Lexi in the chats. Yeah, so Lexi is another individual that will be attending the big lads quiz of the year. I think everybody knows who Lexi is, but I think the relationship between me and Lexi actually started when, long ago, someone introduced me to Lexi, maybe one of the mods, I can't remember, and I decided to watch Lexi's Catch-22. Yeah, I decided to watch Lexi's Catch-22 trailer reaction. It was so funny, and she's such a lovely character that yeah, I was instantly a fan. And since then, I think I don't know how, but it got to Lexi, and then we just started talking, and she's just been a lovely person that sometimes comes into the streams here and there. So if you do catch her, make sure you say hi and welcome her in, because she's an absolute treasure to the community, and she deserves everything that she deserves all the attention and love that she gets from the community. So make sure you treat all the content creators with respect, okay? Because it seems it's quite easy to say things here and there, but like when you're a content creator, you really put yourself out there, and yeah, when there's an overwhelming amount of people with their eyes on you and they've got their own opinions and they want to say their own things, it's like, oh geez, it can get quite overwhelming. But yeah, Lexi's awesome. It's basically all the lads creators. Yeah, pretty much. I've pretty much selected all the ones that I thought that I've seen anyway, that were big in the community, that people loved and treasured essentially, and that I personally found funny and I've engaged with. So another one that I really like to watch her go through content is Scarlett. She's really funny. Scarlett is I don't know if you've known her, but she kind of hits a different audience, but she's from like the Asia side. But she's a retired dragon brood mother, as it says, who is entertaining herself with otome games. And she's got a lovely voice, she's got a lovely personality, and she has really interesting thoughts and opinions on the trailers, specifically in the different languages, because Scarlett knows those languages. So when she listens to it in Chinese, when she listens to it in Japanese, Korean, she's kind of like, oh, that translation was a little bit off, or oh, that the English one is not saying it right. It's really, really, really interesting, her thoughts and takes, and she's a lovely, bubbly person to hang out with. So definitely go and subscribe to her if you haven't already. Yes, Scarlett does provide cultural context. She has like that Asian insider information, if you know what I mean, right? In terms of the culture, the tradition, what these objects mean, what is the meaning behind certain things. I think another obvious one that's part of the show, Lynn's part of the show. Yay! So this whole quiz came about essentially inspired by what Lynn started. She's done, she's essentially hosted 2 community events, 2 quiz-like streams, and they were fantastic. They were great. And the only way I could really, repay her in kindness and allow her to play is if I hosted it myself. So yeah, Lynn's gonna be part of it. I think she's gonna be so good. She's gonna lock in. She's just a wonderful person in the community. She updates all the news, the information, the insights. She gets the details, and I think everyone appreciates her for that. She's great. She's great. Okay, almost there. We've got Jordan. Obviously Jordan. I've been speaking about him a bit earlier, but yeah, he's great. he's such a swell guy. I've noticed he's written on Twitter that he's had a bit of beef with some people just not liking his, whatever. But guys, just turn it down. When you speak to him, he's a great guy. He's a wonderful person. He's as you see him on stream is how you interact with him in real life. He's just really funny. He's a funny guy. He's a swell dude, and I look forward to interacting and collabing with him more in the future because he's really funny, and it's nice to speak to with another dude in the community as well. Another one we've got. I'll go through one more. It's not really beef. It's just like as YouTubers and content creators, you get the odd comment, the negative comments that say, "Oh, you should have done this," and "Wow, you should have done that." But it's something that does grind us down. So it's like I'm only saying this and putting it out there that it's appreciated when people before you write those angry messages and all that. I'm not saying you guys do, but for anyone out there that do get that message, just keep it down a little bit. You don't have to be a hater. You don't have to. If you don't like something, then just don't say anything. Anyway, Sade, I really, really like Sade's content, and I've always wanted to interact with her. I just didn't know how. So this whole quiz is basically I want to talk to everybody, but I didn't know how. So I was like, well, let's host a big quiz and then we can all talk. Yeah. So she's great. She's really funny. Her reactions to the idols was incredible. Her vibe, her energy on stream, I've raided her several times. It's just really fantastic, and every time I raid, everyone's so happy to be with her. She's a wonderful host, and I was so happy that I had a good excuse to interact with Sade. Like when I messaged her on Discord, I was like, yes, I can finally DM Sade. I've got a good reason. Yeah. And then finally, that I'll announce today is Angel. Angel has been an absolute pillar in the lads community in terms of lore, in terms of theory, in terms of theory crafting and understanding exactly what's going on in each sort of section. Yeah, she's great, and she's incredibly funny. The time I've spent with Angel is great. It's almost like a friend I've always had 5-10 years ago. She's just a really wonderful, down-to-earth person, and bless her heart, she's all the way in Australia somewhere, so she always has to do the collaborations in a absolutely ungodly time. So hats off to Angel. I appreciate you very much, and yeah, that's great. I wanted to go through some of them anyway today, because I know I've given them some of the puzzles and such. There's some other content creators that are still to be announced, and I will announce them one way or another. But if you know all of them already, keep it on the lowdown, just let it cook. It's fine. And let other people sort of have the fun in going through the puzzle and discovering it for themselves. Yeah, be a good sport, Right, that's all the information I had. Shall we do the Caleb apron thing? Whoa. Let me catch up with the chat. Before we move on. Yeah, I'm hoping I hit as many lads creators as possible. This is the whole logo design was this whole logo design is literally based off, it's very simple. big fat quiz of the year. Because I wanted to do something that was big, and something that kind of highlights the whole year of lads. And since I've been covering lads for just over a year, so I was like, I want to give back to the community in a way that everyone can participate, everyone can have fun, but it also allows the content creators to then connect with one another, get to know each other from big to small, you know. So I'll showcase one more. We've got Shikari Tani. She's another British YouTuber, and she's mainly a streamer for the content, but I've raided her several times. She was a viewer. She was a viewer in my little Discord, and yeah, she's doing great. She's funny. She's got a heart rate monitor. She's a bit of a gooner, and she's a wonderful person. But she's going to be participating in the quiz as well. So look forward to her reactions. Keep an eye on her, and if you like her content, then you know what to do. You follow, you like, and you subscribe. So I'm hoping going forwards with this quiz, this is not going to be the only quiz that we do. I'm hoping. It took a lot to prepare. It took a lot of effort from myself and the mods. I think you can probably ask the mods, but you know, the last few weeks I've literally just been locked in on the quiz. Like, okay, are we doing this? How are we doing this? Well, you know, how is it going to run? How's the show going to run? You know, what promotional material? Like, what are we doing? So I've been trying to be the composer, to try and get everything together, and the mods have just been fantastic at playing their instruments and coming up with their own ideas. And oh, maybe we can do that. Maybe we can do this. And, oh, let's do this. And they've been brilliant. They've been absolutely brilliant. But I want to do more quizzes in the future. So and I know there are other content creators here, big or small. I will accept you. You know, I don't normally want to call people out, but I know, for example, Lads Butterfly does content, and I believe Princess Farron does content a couple of times as well. So, you know, maybe in the next one, we can have you guys guest on. It'll be cool. But yeah, let me know, DM me or whatever. But right now, we've got quite a lot of contestants. As you can see on the post, how many do we have? We have 15 contestants. Or 14. So, yeah. That's a lot of people. It's quite chaotic to manage that in one setting. So, you know, whilst I could try and add more people, it's difficult to... It's something that I need to consider, because it can be quite chaotic, and, you know, it might not be enough. It might be too many people, you know, in essence. So anyway, I've rambled long enough, but I wanted to show you guys what we've been doing in the background. It's a bit it's been busy, and as I've always wanted to do with you guys in the community, I've wanted to be very transparent with the way I think and feel and interact with you guys, and I think it's so nice for me to get it off my shoulders and kind of like spread the joy here, because as the mods know, I can't keep secrets. I'm really shit at keeping secrets. So anyway, without further ado, shall we join the Discord? Who's gonna host the show? I am the host. Oh yeah, there's probably been some confusions about that. Yeah. I am the host of the show. me and Karaoke Banshee, one of the mods, will be hosting the show. I won't tell you more details because we'll get to that later. But in essence, me and Banshee will be hosting the show. Yeah. Capiche? Capiche. Okay. Right. Let's move over to the moddies. Hello? Hello. You alright? How are you feeling? You feeling alright? You hear me? Wait, I can't hear Mer though. Oh, okay, cool. I just need to open this up. I'm just gonna open this up. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, good. Is your head feeling better? No? Okay. Here we go. Okay. Do you want me to mute myself here or? Okay. Alright, guys. Well, we're going to move over to Indulgent Scheme. Thank you, Mer. Gooning services are always welcome here. Oh my gosh, he's even got a hickey on his neck. Okay. Indulgent Scheme. I love every part of Caleb. Okay. Okay. Let me... They can't hear it? Oh, wait, let me check. That's really funny. Can you hear it now? Let me turn it down for you guys.
Can you turn, like, my stream in Discord?
Yeah. Yeah. I've added it now. Let me just quickly check. That should be okay. Okay. We can start. Action! Oh, I need to add the stream marker as well. Just so I know. Stream marker. Done. Alright. Cool. Let's go. And thank you, Murph, for the subby.
Your metaflex levels have returned to a safe range. Your other vitals look normal too. If you're not feeling any discomfort, you can go home today.
Four days ago, our team was on a mission when we were suddenly attacked by wanderers. Is it me or is the stream lagging?
It
Wait.
could just be me.
Is the stream okay, guys? Game could
Do you
be
mean
louder.
the stream on Discord or the stream on Twitch?
The stream on Discord.
It looks fine on my side.
It looks okay now. Sorry, it was a bit blurry for me earlier. Alright, let's try and continue. Could be louder. Okay. Okay, man, we can carry on. Oh, shit, now I need to reduce mine. Okay, let me know if there's any audio issues. No one was seriously injured, but the association still sent us to the hospital for observation, just to be safe. That's a relief. Are the others okay?
They're fine. 2 of them have already been picked up by their family members. But I haven't seen any relatives or emergency contacts visit you these past couple of days. Since we've confirmed you're all right, you should probably let them know.
I nod and open my messaging app, but the most recent chat is still from more than 2 weeks ago. Oof. When was the last time I talked to Caleb? I want to eat him. About a month ago, Caleb returned to Skyhaven for a new patrol mission. He's always quiet when he gets busy, but something about this feels different.
Things are hectic right now. I'm not sure when I'll be back.
Something came up. I'll call you later. I can't talk right now. I'll call you back later.
That's very weird of Caleb as well.
I can't talk right now. I'll call you back later.
Damn. Damn, she's thirsty, Caleb. I snap back to reality, put my phone away, and start packing up my things. Forget it. He's probably swamped with work.
The nurse told you to call your emergency contact. So, why are you packing up by yourself?
That voice. Shocked. I turn around. Caleb is casually leaving. Caleb? You came back without even saying a word.
I was hoping I could surprise you. But I guess your surprise for me was bigger.
Although his words sound playful, there's a weight behind them. Feeling guilty, I lower my head and stare at my shoes. Damn. It's just a few scratches. I didn't tell you because I didn't want you to worry. You're not actually saying you came all the way here just to catch me red-handed, right? He carefully lifts my chin to make me look at him. A month of work hasn't made him dull. His gaze is as clear and bright as the day he left.
Yep, I finished the patrol early, rushed through my reports, and gave my team and myself some time off. Also, I could come back and catch this naughty little goober.
Yes, you naughty little gooner. Yes, yeah. Caleb quickly finishes packing up my things, and under the nurse's knowing look, one that clearly acknowledges my emergency contact showed up, he leads me out of the hospital. I'm finally free. I was ready to lose my mind these past few days. Yawning, I stretch my arms, but when I turn around, I see Caleb frowning at his phone while replying to my messages. Or messages. Are you sure this vacation is real? Or is this going to be another one of those went home today and will be gone tomorrow deals? He puts away his phone, looks up, smiles, and casually wraps his arm around my shoulders.
Unless you tell me to leave, I'm staying in Lincoln for as long as you want. But I did make plans for one thing today.
I pout, but before I can say anything, he pinches my cheek and grins.
We still have time. Let's pick out a gift for Gideon's party.
Who's Gideon again? Gideon. Rings a bell.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, handsome
okay.
boy.
Everyone's here. We're just waiting for her now.
According to Caleb, Gideon, the guy who's been single for what feels like forever, finally has a crush. To create a chance to spend time with her, he threw his party and invited everyone.
So this is what go big or go home looks like. He invited a whole crowd just to have an excuse to invite one person.
It's a rare chance for him. Cut the guy some slack.
My gosh.
Since she's not here yet, why don't you introduce everyone? That way we can help you out later.
Right. This is my childhood friend, and this is my classmate from those 3 years of middle school. Our desks were next to each other.
The two who had just spoken not to greet us.
This guy is Caleb. He's my buddy from college. And the one next to him is his...
Baby girl. The name is Baby Girl.
You guys can go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Everyone watches Gideon rush to the door in a panic. Then his friends turn to their attention back to Caleb and me. You could say I'm his... Caleb takes my left hand, lifts it up without any hesitation, and uses our clasped hands to give her a small wave.
My closest person.
Oh. Halfway through the party, Caleb shows off a surprising talent for board games on top of his usual cooking skills. He's so good at parties, isn't he? The 8 of us are split up into 4 teams. With everyone being neck and neck, it's turned into a series of head-to-head matches. Now, it's come down to the final showdown between our team and Gideon's.
It's hard not to root for Caleb in this round.
Even though they're behind, Gideon might pull off a comeback if luck's on his side.
Gideon weighs the 2 dice in his hand over and over again.
If you roll a 7, you go bankrupt. If you roll an 8, we're out. Let's leave it up to fate.
My luck hasn't been great today. Maybe you should do it instead?
It's okay. Maybe Lady Luck will smile in your direction this time.
This is the baby girl. This is the baby girl.
Let's hope so.
The dice fly from his hand and spin and bounce across the table. Just before they settle, something unseen nudges them. They flip over to show an 8. Wow.
You were right. Lady Luck is smiling upon me.
Caleb looks at Gideon and the girl beside him. Smiling, he pushes our game tokens forward. I'm pretty sure Caleb used gravity to move it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Caleb used
Perfect
gravity to, like,
We'll grab
move
some
it to
drinks for
8.
everyone.
Make him look cool. Caleb lifts my hand and leads me towards the door. Hi, Megalodon. How are you doing? Are you a big shark? You a baby shark? I saw that. You let them win, boy.
Shush you.
He's so awesome, dude. I love Caleb. He reaches around my waist to open the door and his head gently rests on my shoulder.
I can let him have a win, but there ain't no way I'm passing up a chance to sneak off with you.
Ooh. We return with the drinks only to see that the game has ended and Gideon is in the middle of a video call. When he sees us come back, he gives Caleb a quick glance. Then he angles the camera so it won't catch us on the screen.
A party without me and Blight? I'll pay you back for this later.
Maybe look in the mirror first. You know exactly who DAA's ultimate no-show is.
As soon as I realize the person on the other end is one of their old DAA friends, I tighten my grip around Caleb's hand. I saw ice cream downstairs earlier and didn't buy anything. Now I kind of want some. Do you want to come with me?
We just ate. You shouldn't be eating more cold stuff.
You must be thirsty then. Let's check out that stall next door. Just as I start to turn, he pulls me back. Away from the crowd, his warm, steady arms tightly wrap themselves around me. Caleb rests his chin on my head. His low voice is close to my ear. Low voice? Dude, you ain't got a lower voice than me.
Don't worry about it. We'll see them again. But when we do, you might want to start thinking about how you'll reintroduce yourself. You're not going to let me do all the talking forever, right?
Hey, I don't do talking, buddy. Over the next few days, Caleb actually does settle down in our old house. but he doesn't seem to be resting. I visited a total of 10 times, and 9 of them involved finding him buried in fleet work. After getting caught in the act too many times, he finally suggests taking a break this weekend. We'll be heading to the new ski resort just outside the city.
Lincoln Ski Resort is officially open. Let's go.
Yo, he's got some real good clothes, you know. Real good clothes. I was putting on my gear. Caleb decided to do some work again.
It was just a telemarketer. I had to politely turn them down.
Sure thing, buddy. Yeah, if only your eyes were half as good as your mouth when it comes to lying. You were never this busy during breaks before. Did something happen with the fleet again?
They're just talented at making a big deal out of nothing. There's no need to worry.
Caleb skillfully dodges my question and pulls me toward the slope before I can interrogate him.
So, do you want to practice for a bit?
Yeah, I haven't gotten the chance to do it earlier. I'm still not great at it.
It's okay. I haven't touched a slope in a while either.
Caleb sits down our ski straps his on and then kneels to help fasten mine with practiced ease.
We'll start with parallel skiing. Keep your weight slightly back. It's safer to fall backwards compared to falling forward. Don't be embarrassed if you tumble. I'll just say you were tired and decided to take a break.
Before we even take our first step, a snowboarder near us spins in place and
Watch out.
kicks snow at me. Caleb positions himself in front of me like a shield, but it's not enough. My hair ends up windblown. Caleb, help me out here. I pull down his ski goggles. Now that they're on his face, I adjust them to see my reflection. Turquoise Eevee? Hey, you're Vaporeon. Hey, nice to meet you. You finally catch a stream live and it's Caleb's card. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, I was going to say that as well, Mari. Leaning back is not a good idea, because I thought if you hit the back of your head, you can get like a concussion, right? I thought you always meant to kind of lean slightly forwards. Anyway. Nice! The height's just right and the clarity is perfect.
So I'm a decent mirror, huh?
That's right. He pushes the goggles back up to reveal a pair of eyes that are clearly remembering this for later.
Am I a decorative prop to you?
He brushes my hand away that's suspended in midair, gently dusts the snow off my hat, and tucks my hair behind my ear. Before I can react, he pinches the tip of my nose and gives it a little shake.
Now that's how you help someone. Capiche?
Capiche. After a quick warm-up, I easily fall into step with Caleb. Because of my suggestion, we board the cable car heading to the advanced slopes. I'm enjoying this journey. I'm actually really enjoying this. I swing my legs from the seat before pulling out my phone. I start recording and zoom in on the slopes below. The people down there try so hard to look cool. They look like cute little figurines from up here.
You better not be hinting at my earlier demonstration.
Of course not. Hey, what's with that area over there? Doesn't look like the other slopes.
I see they set up balance rails and some small jumps. That should be the freestyle zone.
I nod and point the camera at Caleb. You gave a
Sorry,
professional
I thought
answer.
You could actually take the picture.
It's okay. He gently flicks the lens of his index and middle fingers pressed together.
Hold on tight. If something falls from up here, you won't
Good
get
luck
it
with the
back.
cat. You're right. I'm just about to put my phone back into my pocket when something whizzes past my hand. You jinxed it. Caleb, that was my brand new phone charm.
Maybe I should stop giving helpful reminders if they're going to lead to accusations like this.
Forget it. I dropped it, so I'll take it as a sign to just buy a new one later. Caleb looks up at me.
You shouldn't give up so easily when fate's involved.
The theory is that it was Zane using his Evo to blow the wind. He's like, you can't go near him. He's the one who's making all the snow and shit. When the cable car arrives, we hop off. Instead of heading toward the starting point of the advanced slope, Caleb pulls me in the other direction.
Come on, let's get that phone charm back.
Do you even know how to freestyle? The area isn't too advanced. Plenty of beginners are practicing near the jumps. After roughly figuring out the cable car route and where the phone charm might have landed, Caleb sets his sights on the biggest jump on the course. Zane is just employed as at the ski resort as a snow machine. He's just there, like, T-posing. He's like, I hate my job. I'm a doctor. Sorry, I had to say that. Carry on. Oh boy. It's just a phone charm. Isn't this a bit much?
If it's something I want to get back, then a little challenge won't stop me. Wait for me down there. And be careful. We don't want you getting hit by anyone.
You know, if Caleb said he was a colonel every single time, I would literally make myself like a KFC meme of Caleb. And he's like... It'd be CFC. Caleb Fried Chicken, you know? Colonel Caleb's Fried Chicken. And I'd do... Oh my gosh, I'm gonna do it, just for the memes. Caleb Fried Chicken. If he kept being like, oh yeah, I'm a colonel. Anyway, half a minute later, I realized my worry was unnecessary. Sprays of snow trail behind Caleb as he threads through the folds of the slope. The lines he cut sweep behind him like a comet. He's obviously very good at it, because he's good at everything. A natural trait. Just as he takes off, sunlight hits the edge of his skis. He stretches his body out and lets the wind lift him. He twists through the air, hangs at the apex for a moment, and then lands with ease. His clean, sharp moves earn cheers from nearby skiers.
Miss, are you here by yourself? You have talent. Do you want to take a class or two? I guarantee you'll be skiing like him in just 1 week.
Thanks, but... My word is swallowed by the spray of snow.
That won't be necessary.
Caleb stops right in front of us, pushes his goggles up to his forehead with one hand, and gives us a bright smile. Oops. My bad. I forgot to mention that we're together.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to interrupt.
The coach skis off as quickly as he appeared. Caleb pulls out the phone charm I lost from inside his jacket.
Here, Take your lucky charm.
What? You were doing aerial tricks the whole time? When did you find it?
Who said I only found it a few seconds ago?
Oh.
As soon as you dropped it, I used my evol to catch it.
Then why did you do such a difficult jump?
To show off, obviously. So, what do you think? I don't look like a tiny figurine, yeah?
Freeze for a second. Then I grab my ski pole and swing it toward Caleb's back. Attack! Caleb, you're... Oh, attack! Unbelievable! Attack! He pretends to get hit twice before grabbing the pole in one hand and flashes a dazzling smile because he's worth it.
But it worked, right? You can at least give me that.
I liked his laughter. It was so genuine. After a day of skiing, we now start the merge. We stop by the store on the way home to pick up ingredients for Hot Pot. It's time for us to properly refuel. The cold winter air blends with the rising aroma of the soup base. While we wait, Caleb begins his usual inspection of my place. Monty's being a naughty boy.
The kumquat tree's still alive, even though it's been over a year. I guess it's not just tough, it's also been well cared for.
Of course.
You still have a stock of tissues and toothpaste, too. And I can't give all the credit to that enthusiastic clerk downstairs anymore. Ooh, there are fresh vegetables in your fridge. That means you've been eating properly at home lately.
The pot is boiling. You're free to keep nitpicking, but I'm gonna start eating dinner. Mina!
What do you mean? You've been taking care of yourself while I was away. I'm really...
Mina's my Final Fantasy VII best friend now. Disappointed?
I was gonna say relieved.
Monty, you being naughty, mate. You being naughty, mate. I hear you being naughty. Oh, he's all excited. One second. Sorry. The little cheeky devil. Let me get him. Monty is so excited. So he's got the zoomies. He smiles, sit-downs across from me and scoops up a few slices of cooked meat and places them in my bowl. Killer's phone starts ringing. He glances at the screen that displays the name Liam. It's okay. I can serve myself. I'm not going to starve while you're in the middle of a phone call. I tilt my chin towards his phone. A few seconds pass before Caleb answers it. Hot Pot?
It's me.
Love Hot Pot.
I knew he wouldn't sit still. He moved faster than I expected.
What the fuck
Keep
is he
doing what you
talking
need
about?
to do. I'll head back once I'm done here. I'm hanging up.
White steam rises from the bubbling pot. It softens my inquisitive gaze as I look at Caleb. I can't clearly see his expression, but judging by past experiences, short conversations like that usually mean it's serious. Once he hangs up, I pick up a slice of meat and place it in his bowl. You're leaving again?
Yeah. At least I get to finish this meal, though.
Killer picks up the bowl of meatballs nearby and drops them into the pot. They float up in the boiling broth before slowly sinking. So, what's going on this time? Don't tell me everything is classified. This music is getting me.
Someone from another fleet is trying to pull some tricks while I'm away. Liam is dealing with it right now. But just to be safe, I need to retrieve the stuff they left behind in the deep space tunnel.
That's dangerous. Isn't that dangerous? I nod and bite into some veggies he scooped up earlier. When are you coming back? I can't finish these vegetables by myself. Cilantro is coriander, and I love coriander.
A new cold front is on its way. Within the next 2 weeks, Lincoln City is expected to see its first snowfall of the year.
Caleb is interrupted by the weather report.
How does the first day of snow sound? If I return early, we'll pick up the slices of fish we missed today and have hot pot again.
Ooh, I want hot pot again. Bassa fish, please. It's been over a week since Caleb left, and he still hasn't sent a message. Meanwhile, Lincoln's first snowfall has been present all day.
The final train from Lincoln to Skyhaven is about to stop boarding. Passengers, please proceed to the gate.
I wanted to wait a little longer, but news keep pouring in like snowflakes. In the end, I buy a ticket for the last express.
Did you hear? Something happened with the Far Space Fleet again.
Boy. Oh boy, is this gonna be angsty? Is this gonna be bad? Oh shit. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Didn't they just come back early because of some internal issues? What now?
Thank you, Obsidian, for the follow. I appreciate you, and welcome in, welcome in. We are covering Caleb's Indulgent side. What the
They
heck?
say an important unmanned patrol craft broke down in the Deep Space Tunnel's restricted zone. The Deep Space Tunnel has been unstable recently. They might only have their bad luck to blame.
Guessing is pointless. I'll figure it out once I get to Skyhaven. My self-reassurance comes out as a mutter. The last train from Skyhaven arrives first. I turn towards it. Wait, you don't want to watch it, Mina? Amid the falling snow, the beautiful man shows up, in front of me, and that familiar figure appears. I'm caught off guard. Ah! This is so Korean. I give him a hug. Oh, that's so cute. Only when I'm wrapped tightly in his warm embrace do I finally come to my senses. Caleb. Caleb.
Yeah. I'm back.
My thumb brushes along his rough stubble, then it moves towards his tired gaze. Why am I tearing up? Damn, the music's getting me, man. Oh, dude. Why am I tearing up? Nothing sad happened. Nothing sad has happened. Shit. Okay, anyway, carry on. The Caleb standing in front of me looks more worn out than he usually does after a mission. I rest my head against his chest and listen to his steady heartbeat. Only then do I finally relax. So the rumors were right. You didn't have time to shave. Just how bad was the mission? Thank you for the follow, Megalodon. What's so funny?
Do you want to know the truth?
Yeah. What is it?
I always look like this after a mission. But I cleaned myself up before seeing you. I don't want you collecting blackmail material.
The arms around my waist tighten, and I feel his hand gently stroke the back of my head.
You know, keeping my promise to be home on time today,
He's
that
got a bit
mattered
of eye
more
bags.
than hiding how messy I looked.
Wait, am I getting more follows? Did I miss it? I'm guessing. I don't know. Am I missing another alert? Anyway, you just barely made it. You're still walking on thin ice with that promise claim. I stand up on my tiptoes and 1 second more. I stand up on my tiptoes. He closes his eyes as I blow away a snowflake from his eyelashes. You came back safe and sound. That's what really matters. And this version of you, half asleep and barely keeping your eyes open, I'm definitely burning it into my memory. Even though rush hour's over, the heavy snow is still causing traffic jams.
We're already out. We might as well take our time and enjoy the snow.
After waiting through red lights at one intersection, Caleb pays the fare and pulls me out of the taxi. The snow on the street has piled up. It's soft yet firm under our feet. It's similar to the hand that's holding my palm. It's been forever since I visited this part of town. The last time we walked down this road together. It must have been years ago.
Please don't tell me you're about to say something like, so much has changed since then.
You think I'm that bad at saying nice things? Anna, thank you for the follow. Anna's
I wouldn't know how to react if
Thank
you were suddenly good at it. Probably. But it hasn't been that long. We passed through here on the way back from our skiing trip. You were already asleep before we even got to this block. I didn't know what you were dreaming about, but you were clinging to my arm and had a giant buckle mark on your face.
That detail didn't need to be remembered. Caleb shrugs and taps his temple.
It's not my fault. When someone has a bad memory,
It
another
plays
person
twice
has
that
to make
sound.
up for it.
Why? Why does that sound play twice? I've noticed that now. Where is it coming from? Do you hear double alerts? Or is it just me? You guys hear double alerts? Do you hear boom bitches twice? You don't hear the alerts? Oh. Oh. Okay, wait. Why am I so small? You want me to be bigger? I can make myself bigger. That's what she said. Is that better? I hear double alerts, so the next follow and stuff, keep your eyes peeled, yeah? You'll hear it. Sorry, I forgot that you guys don't hear it because I didn't show the audio, but... Here we go. Alright. The next follow. Listen up, guys. There'll be like an echo after, like maybe 30 seconds later. Alright. Let's go, Mer. When you put it like that... I clear my throat and lift Caleb's wrist to check the time. Nighttime, 10:30 18 p.m. Wow, that was so quick. Lincoln's first snowfall of the year. It's also the first time we've walked down the street with our new relationship. Even if it's 10, 20, or 100 years from now, I'll still remember this time down to the exact second.
In another 100 years, maybe my memory will be all mushy. I might only remember your name. But I can promise that I'll still be with you next year, at this exact time. And I'll definitely remember to test you on it.
I bet that's going to be in a myth. That time, I bet it's going to be on a myth. I can see it. Even though it's late, we're not the only ones enjoying the scenery. A lot of people are drawing pictures in the snow or having snowball fights. Noticing the excitement in my eyes, Caleb pulls me toward a wide patch of untouched snow.
You don't need to envy anyone. So, what do you want to do?
So, before we can continue, I pick up a handful of snow and fling it at him. Wacha! Ha!
And so the hand that feeds her is bitten once again. Weren't you worried about me 30 minutes ago?
You don't get it. This is how you properly welcome someone home. Another pile of snow lands on his head, and somehow it really does wash away his fatigue. His smile widens.
Not bad. Let me return the favor.
Don't you dare pack that snow that tightly. I know there's no escape, so I close my eyes. You only feel a snowball that's softer and looser than what I expected. The snowflakes slip past my collar and melt away instantly. It makes the fact that Caleb is actually here feel even more real. Caleb, just you wait. Right now, the distant deep space tunnel doesn't matter. We're just two ordinary people walking on the same snow-covered street as everyone else. After we tire ourselves out from playing, Caleb starts drawing in the snow. I walk over and spot my name. Wow, even the lines are clean. You practice writing this?
Yeah, I did.
His reply surprises me, but I assume he's just messing with me again.
Every year, I practice writing it when Skyhaven has its first day of snow. The first snowfall in Lincoln and Skyhaven always misses the holidays.
He looks me in the eye.
It's like how the words I always want to say never seem to line up with the moments when I can actually say them. So, I figured that if I couldn't speak to the person who needed to hear them, then I could at least write something down.
As Caleb talks, he writes my name again nearby. The lines are smooth and show how much he's practiced. This was meant to be a Guna card. Get to the action already!
Whenever it snowed. But you couldn't see it, so I always erased it afterwards. I pretended I was just out there shoveling snow. Someone took a picture and posted it in the alumni group once. Professor Lewis saw it and said I must not have been training enough lately.
He laughs as if he's telling someone else's embarrassing story. I crouch beside him and grab the stick from his hand.
What are you doing?
In the snow, the unpracticed letters of Caleb look a little crooked next to my name. Before he can tease me, I quickly draw a giant heart around our names, which keeps them together. Starting with this snowfall, we won't have to erase anything anymore. Whenever you write, I'll also write. Our names will always be next to each other in the snow.
We might run out of space before we know it. When it snows in Skyhaven next time, we'll find the biggest floating island.
My eyes widen. I never said we had to write that much.
And I never said that's the only thing we do.
He bends his finger and draws a wobbly little flower next to the heart around our names.
When all the snow on the island melts, I'll build you a garden.
The snowfall intensifies, and we slowly stand up. Still staring at our names in the snow, we feel reluctant to leave. I think it's going to be a myth nod as well. Snowflakes drift down all over Lincoln City. They land on us. I wish time stopped here. Then we could stay like this forever. He takes my hand and touches my cold nose.
You silly goober. How could we get home if time was frozen?
I feel like they've used goober instead of pipsqueak because of the backlash. Because this is an English specific thing. Like, they probably replaced pipsqueak. Surely. Sorry, I missed that. What does that say? Goober sounds cute. It takes several tries before... Is that a piece of poo on the... No, it's a cloud. That's a cloud. And that is a boob. What is that? What is that? What is that pink pillow? It takes several tries before the fingerprint locks. Lets us into the house. The joy of playing in the snow has given way to the chill in our bones. And Caleb and I take turns warming up in the bathroom. He's still in the shower when his phone rings from the bedroom. Caleb, your phone's ringing.
Ignore it. I told them I'm off duty tonight.
But what if it's important? A voicemail greets the caller. Then Liam's voice comes through the speaker.
I'm sorry for bothering you. There's been no word from you since you left Skyhaven, so the fleet asked me to check in. Based on the patrol craft's damage, we suspect you may have encountered multiple triple S-rank wanderers.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Sephiroth! This guy's the first class soldier. He's the real deal. SSS? Damn. Damn, he's a badass.
The data team wants a report before your vacation ends. Then they can reconstruct what happened in the deep space tunnel.
Oh. Oh. Oh, that was the phone dropping? I thought that was something else dropping. Caleb pauses the message, places the phone face down on the table, and starts drying his damp hair. Oh. Liam's message lines up surprisingly well with what I already heard. I try not to let my worry show too much. Did you enter the deep space tunnel's restricted zone this time?
Yeah. We mapped out a new route and found a lot of problems we can't solve yet.
You did all of that just to retrieve data from a patrol craft? He doesn't ask how I know. He just nods without any hesitation. Damn, look at those
Someone went to great
pepperonis.
lengths just to keep that data from reaching the far space fleet. They even sacrificed a pawn. but I have never let anyone else decide what I need to know.
His matter-of-fact tone is calm. He's not holding anything back. He rarely speaks so openly, so directly. Multiple SSS rank wanderers was more dangerous than what you told me. Steam still drifts out from the bathroom. I blame the bluntness of my question on a lack of oxygen. He pauses before towel drying his hair like nothing happened.
It wasn't that bad. But whenever I enter the deep space tunnel, I prepare myself for the possibility that I might never come back.
You. And did I ever say that was okay? I take 2 steps towards him. Every day, I hope you'll come back safe and sound. Are you saying that is all worth? Before I can finish, he pulls me into a tight embrace. His warmth wraps around my weak protest.
That's not what I meant. But I don't really have a better way of phrasing it.
He presses his cheek against my hair and holds me more tightly. He's still radiating heat from the shower.
What if I'm the kind of person who hides things during crucial moments? I want to stay by your side. I really do. But I keep leaving because I need to deal with matters by myself. I can't pretend it's always about you. Now that you know, do you still hope I'll come back to you?
My heartbeat is pounding in my ears and synchronizes with his. I don't say anything. Everything you've said, you're being honest, right? The real Caleb is telling me this. He looks at me. I can't tell if he's waiting for my answer or already expected this, and he's blushing.
Yes.
He's blushing. And no matter what happens, as long as you're still you and I'm still me, we don't need to ask about what comes next. My tone is firm. I grab his shoulders and gently punch him. Just like this. Stay close while I hit you for making me worry. And don't let go.
I hope you'll remember to go easy on me then.
Our lips touch. His arms lift me as he carefully pins me against the wall. Damn. The room falls into darkness, and I hold him even tighter.
Even after hearing everything, you still accept me. Please be patient with this Caleb, who keeps asking more from you.
He's so gentle. Morning light filters through the curtains and casts a soft, warm glow. When I open my eyes again, the snow has stopped. A clear sky enters my vision.
It's time to get up.
5 more minutes. Just... give me 5 more. I roll over in bed and ignore Caleb's patient wake-up call. I savor this day off, and it's a rare, quiet morning. You have a thought? What, like, they banged? Only when the faint sounds and scents from the kitchen reach me do I push off the blankets and get up. Oh, it's playing well. Oh, hey, ma.
Someone said 5 more minutes.
Where's his marks? There it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If I stayed in bed any longer, I'd be missing out on too many things.
So the one who slept on my clothes is gonna play dumb.
Let me just grab that chest. Oh yeah. Oh. Damn, she's just... Woo! Alright, MC. Oh!
You looked innocent.
Oh!
These hands aren't, though.
Oh!
You woke up to cause trouble.
She biting him? No, she's just looking over his shoulder. That's a lot of oil, Caleb. Says who? I can help. Wow, that was quick. He cooked that so quick. Holy shit, that Evo, he just drags the gravity all the way down, seared that fucking egg as soon as he could. That was so quick. Pretend to help. Oh, let me just touch your pepperonis. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. 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 Oh, that's cute. Put that salt on that egg. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Well, who does that in the frying pan, actually?
Your kind help.
You gotta make me that
make me skip
blueberry breakfast? English breakfast? What are you talking about? We're not doing that. Now come here, boy. Well, you put more salt on it? Dab, you already sprinkled it with salt. Bacon, blueberries, fried egg.
Just one bite, maybe?
It's not even cooked. Alright, give it to me.
You're done with playing dumb?
What?
But
what
about? Too late.
You little shit. Hey! Oh. Damn.
I knew it.
You're squeezing my butt like kinda nice. Oh. 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 Oh.
You know, you used to say thank you before every meal. What about now?
Praise be. You're keeping track of that? Someone's petty.
What I used to do for you was unconditional.
Oh!
Now I want more.
That's crazy.
I don't want to miss what I'm owed. Not a single bit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I liked this card. After breakfast, Caleb and I curl up together on the couch. We're figuring out how we want to spend the day. I cherish moments like this where we waste time. Ever since he went to college, these moments have become rare. The new climbing gym nearby has a trial class today, and that temperamental craft shop owner actually decided to open up for once. Resting in his embrace, I scroll through the list of nearby places from top to bottom. Come on, help me decide, otherwise I'll feel like anything is fine.
That's because I really am okay with anything. So long as it's with you, anyway.
Smiling, he lowers his head. Sunlight falls gently behind his ear, which makes his hair take on a golden hue. Come here. I run my fingers through it and break up that shimmering glow. We can also not go anywhere. We'll just stay home all day. It's been a long time since we talked like this. I toss my phone aside and settle onto his lap. Tell me about your patrol. I also have a bunch of dumb videos saved. I'll play them for you one at a time.
That sounds good to me.
But of course, it's not the only thing I had in mind. I wrap my arms around Caleb. Under his amused gaze, I pull him close by the waist. You said you took a lot of days off. There aren't any more excuses, right? My breath brushes against his. I see his answer as the light in his eyes dim for a second, before brightening.
It's funny how your memory is good at times like this.
Caleb tightens his grip around me.
I'll give you every part of me that you haven't seen if you want.
What have we not seen? Every sign of Caleb, the ones I've waited for, hoped for, believed in? All of them rush towards me like the wind. They embrace me before settling down into the man before me. He leans down, his eyes glowing with a timeless light.
Remember, it's 11:50 a.m., the morning after Lincoln's first snowfall. This is Caleb. He made you breakfast and really, really wants to kiss you.
He's so sweet. Not when you kiss like that, though. Oh, that was so good. I like this one. I like this one. This was a good story. I like this one. Yes, yes. Can we get the golf claps? Golf claps. Golf. The golf. Yay. That was good. That was so good. Yeah. Yay, boom, boom, boom. Yay. Yay. Boop, beep, beep, boop. That was good. You guys like that? I liked that. I like this one. I like this one. It was cute. That was awesome. Did you guys like that? I don't normally these like I haven't experienced them all, but like the idol cards, for example, the stories aren't like super good for the idol cards. But so I'm setting that down now. Yeah, the story isn't like super good for the idol cards, but this one was great. This one was so good. I really enjoyed it. Yes, amazing card. Nice little slice of life and spice. It was good. I like this memory of his. That was probably... It's kind of nice me going through these types of cards because I don't normally go through the cards that I can't get. So, what I'm trying to say is we could possibly look back at previous banners if the mods have these cards and go through them. Like one that springs to mind is Zane's Catch-22. You know? But that was cool. That was nice. I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. And maybe I can look at some of the Guna cards like Misty Invasion, Nightly Rendezvous. You have a lot of cards. Yes, you do, Mo. Yes, you do, honey. Honey, you have lots of cards. In a good way.
Call me out like that, man. Come on.
In a good way. That was awesome. I enjoyed that. Misty seems tame after Catch-22. Really? Wow. Okay. Na 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 na. Hi guys, if you've just tuned in or what, we've just covered Caleb's Indulgent card. It's wonderful, isn't it? It's wonderful. Caleb fans are eating. It was so good. It was so good. Let me just check. Man, he looks good in apron. I need to learn a few things from him. Maybe do some more chess. Hour each. I wonder if Oh yeah, did you guys know? So part of the whole quiz thing, apparently it's hit like Chinese Twitter. It's crazy. It's so cryptic that people actually don't know what it's about. So I've almost made it too cryptic. Do you ever play a part from the card? I liked it when he met her and he's like got a stubble, he's like tired, he's, you know, because he's, and this is what I was saying like before, obviously like when you're dating these allies you make the effort to look good and stuff, but in this case, Caleb's case, he's like, can't, I'm too tired, and you love him. You love him. Lexi said the only way she'll have Caleb's eggs is fertilized. Oh boy. I think he over-seasoned the egg though. He went and then he went again. That's egg's gonna be kind of salty. You spent good money getting all the Catch-22 cards. Silas is the best. What? And he's like that? He's like that? And he's like, pray, pray, I'm a sardine. Maybe the second shake was pepper. Maybe. But it was the same bottle. Oh, someone drew the Caleb with stubble. Let me see. Oh, that's cool. Yo, that's cool. Oh shit, I downloaded it. Wait, let me do that. La, 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 la. Where did it go? What a buck. What a buck. Oh, it's like... Okay. How cool is that, eh? Yeah. That's nice. That is good art. He looks older as well when he has the mustache or the stubble. What tabs? What are you reading? What tabs? What tabs? I don't know what you're talking about. The life of a military man. All will be revealed. Alright. I like this one. Let me see any updates. These nuts. Yeah. Well, for you guys, oh god, fuck. For you guys that have just turned up, I was I was very tempted to start the stream topless in an apron, but my mom was like, "Nath, why are you topless in an apron like earlier today?" I was like, "I don't know, Mum. This is kind of stupid." So I decided not to do it. Oh, babe. Yeah. Well, these ones, lick my balls, these nuts, baby girl's the life of a baby girl. Oh, dude. Shit. Oh, dude. All right, I'll show you one more time quickly because I was like, okay, fuck it. Whilst I just came out the shower, fine. Okay, I'll show you real quick, and then that's it. Okay, you'll blink and you'll miss it. All right, 3, 2, 1. You see it? Gone. Did you see it? No more. You're never seeing that again. Okay, never seeing it again. Okay. Because I was just like, I want to do like a funny cosplay. I don't want it to come across as like, and I want it to be funny. But then when you're talking to your mom and dad, and they're like, why are you topless in an apron? I'm like, I don't know. Mrs. Ming don't know why I'm topless. Why am I topless? Oh boy. So yeah. There's 2 instances that I showed it. So
Boom, bitches.
Lil Tiger found it, saw it, followed. Hi. Oh, you guys won't be able to hear the audio when it goes boom, bitches. Boom, bitches. Oh. Wow. A follow. Why can't I hear the follow though? You came from YouTube. Fair enough. You heard it? Why didn't I hear it? Wait, so you... I heard that one. Where was that one from? Let me. You can turn it off now, Mer. Yeah, you're all good to go. Thanks for streaming the trailer. That was great. Thank you. Not trailer. The card. Thank you, Mer. You heard it, so I heard the second one. I didn't hear the first one. Why didn't I hear it? Yo, bro, this is kind of annoying me. I'm like, what? What is that? It's like doubling. Or you have your mum open a door while you're looking at Zane in his beach outfit and she asks, who is that? True story, bro. Damn. That was so good. Yeah, I've been posting
I got a Twitter account. I'm not very good at using Twitter because I don't really know what you're meant to do, put on here. But
yeah, I've been trying to use it more, I guess. So you guys haven't seen already. Cursed Jordan video. This is my first interaction with Jordan. Like my first interaction with Jordan indirectly. So it was this Twitter person, Ara, Raphael's bride. They connected me in this photo and then it went a little bit viral. So it was quite funny. That was pretty funny. It's pretty funny, right? Yeah, if you guys haven't seen already, I'm just gonna go back to this. We really wanted to do a full like section of Howl's Moving Castle of the mods and I cooking, but due to copyright we weren't allowed, so we broke it up instead. So this is all the mods voice acting all the parts. So
Nate, you're being so obedient.
Not on purpose. She bullied me.
Not just anybody can do that. And you are...
You can call me Karaoke Banshee. I'm Nate's co-host. I just started work today.
Give that to me.
So cool, right?
And made 2 more promo videos and 6 more content creators.
Anyway. That's the cool shit. We got a quiz coming up! Woo! Make yourself available for the 17th. 17th. Yes, yes, yes. Big quiz. Quiz big. Follow me on all the social, TikTok and Instagram and stuff. Okay? But yeah, follow me and follow this quiz, because we're going to release more promotional materials, get it out there, share it to your mum, your friends, your family. We want everyone to join. I think the maximum people that can join is 2,000. So if there's going to be more than 2,000 people, first come, first serve, bitch. It's going to be big. What time? We're still deciding that. But it'll be around... It'll start roughly an hour before now, possibly. So... about 7 p.m. GMT. Maybe 6 p.m. Can you hear that? I didn't hear that. Did you hear that? I didn't hear that. Why don't I hear that?
What about?
Why don't I hear that? Oh, I know why. I know why. I'm being stupid. I know why. Does it play it twice? Is it working fine? Does it play twice or once? And also, who followed? Massima2502. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Appreciate. Welcome to the nation. Welcome. You heard it once or once? Good. So I'm not going. It's me going crazy then. I heard it then. Did you hear that one? Did you hear that one just now? What the fuck? You didn't hear it just now? Am I going crazy? I hear it twice. What? No, everything's muted. I double checked. Unless it is. I don't know. No, it can't be, see? Don't know. We'll go for lunch, but I'm glad I could catch the stream. Bye, everyone. Bye, Turquoise. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Are you alright? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Zane is a sane simp. Did you guys hear that one? I heard something again. Wait a minute. You didn't hear that one? What am I hearing then? Where did that come from? I'm going crazy, guys. Okay, I think it's my Streamlabs and Stream Elements that are like going against each other, basically. The song is too low. I can turn it up a bit. But then I won't be able to think, so. Okay, I'm going to have a little break. I wanted to look at just a couple of videos from Angel, because I wanted to watch her Zane myth video, and I wanted to watch her Silas myth video. I haven't watched it, and I really, really want to. I need to put it on my radar, so that's what we're going to do next. Is that okay? Capiche? I'm going to have a little break. Okay?
Be back soon. Be back soon.
Boom, bitches!
I'm back, I'm back. What'd I miss?
Look at him! Look at him!
You was acting naughty earlier, wasn't you, Monty? You seeking attention from Mama? He's so cute and fat and fluffy again. Ah. Oh, he's so cute. I wonder if you can hear him breathe. Should I put him close to the mic, see if you can hear him breathe? Whoa. No.
Monty! Monty! Yay, baby!
Watcha! He's a cutie patootie. He's very gorgeous.
He's gorgeous, guys. He's so cute. I love him so much.
Right. I want to look at some of this lore. When he breathes, it's so cute. Monty, you're so cute, mate. Right, let's see if we can get through this, and then I want to watch this specifically. Here.
Hello.
Hello, Angel. Love, fate, and eternal cycles. Crimson Spirit. Love and deep space. Oh, you are about to jump, my boy. And I'm going to squeeze it tight. Okay. I'll let you go now. Oh, no. Okay. Right. I don't know if you guys have seen this. You probably have. But I want to watch this myself. Because I'm going to get lost in the source and I'll never catch up and find a time to do this. So, thought we'd do it together. Okay? Alright, Angel. Angel's Corner. Love, Fate, and Eternal Cycles. Crimson Spirit. Love, Deep Dive, and Yap. Let's hear it.
I hope you're doing well. I hope you've recovered from Silas's third myth, and I hope you're prepared to reopen that wound and cry again because I am going to talk about his myth in this video. This myth has officially become my favorite myths so far. When I first watched the trailer for this myth, I was surprised because I did not expect his third myth to have this vibe. I was surprised, but I can't complain because visually it's so beautiful. And I'm someone who genuinely loves this kind of aesthetic. Silas looks absolutely beautiful in this myth and the music just elevates everything. Silas's writers always pull through. Every single time. The way they've handled this character has been consistently solid. From his introduction in Long-Awaited Revelry to his standard myth, second myth, through Death and Rebirth, and even across his cards. Everything felt very intentional. Nothing feels wasted.
Hey,
and watching that slow reveal unfold has been genuinely rewarding. And we finally got Mephisto lore as well.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Long overdue. Before we dive in, the usual disclaimer in case you are new to this channel. I am never here to tell you how to think or how to interpret the story. I'm just sharing my perspective and my understanding of the lore. And as clarified in the game, other love interests do not exist within the context of a specific myth. Each myth is its own contained narrative, which lets us focus on a story that is unique to that specific love interest. Another thing I feel the need to address before
have a good evening.
When the trailer of this myth first came out, I see so many people in the fandom being confused about Silas's identity. I think a lot of this confusion comes from people taking the Beyond Cloudfall dragon thing and just running with it. Lots of people seem to define Silas as just a dragon. And then people got confused when the trailer of this myth came out because it's got vampire vibes even though the trailer literally tells us what he is. So in the grand scheme of things, Silas's true origin has not been revealed yet. But he's not meant to be read as just one creature. He's not just a dragon, and he's not just a blood-drinking fiend.
They're all separate from what I understand. Every myth is separated unless within the myth that they connect it all together. Like I think Raphael's third myth and second myth and third and first myth, they all connect, I'm pretty sure.
If you want the word
like the second and third myth directly do flashbacks and stuff.
he uses to define himself, not just in this myth, but also everywhere, he is a fiend. He said this many times. Even in the dragon myth, and the main story describes him as a fiend as well. If we look at the OG Chinese text, he refers to himself as 恶魔. If we translate this, literally this means demon. But it's not limited to just demon. 恶魔 is actually a very broad term. Just like the word fiend, it serves as an umbrella for various supernatural entities. And they're not always evil, but they are feared, taboo, and often misunderstood. In modern Chinese storytelling, the 恶魔 archetype is sometimes written as an anti-hero. Think of a demon king figure who is not truly evil, but he's rejected or feared because of what he is.
Angel.
Fiend is actually perfect for Silas because it's broad enough to cover every version of Silas we have seen and we will see across the myths and the main story. And the way Silas is always associated with desire, greed, temptation, power, all of that, it's because the archetype he occupies sits in that exact spectrum. Fiend, devil, demon, these figures have always been linked to desire, greed, and temptation and power in storytelling. Also, I think I finally figured out how to explain the timeline in a way that makes sense in a multiverse system. But that's for later because I already have way too much I want to talk about in this video. So I'm going to save the timeline talk for the end of the video. This myth is a direct continuation of Beyond Cloudfall.
She's so good at talking to the camera now.
Philos. Silas and MC had been reborn in a world where magic is a part of everyday life. Mages cast spells, and fiends can be used and summoned from the underworld by mages like it's a normal part of that era. And it doesn't matter who you are or how rich you are, in this world, death can come without warning. The people of this era worship the sacred core because it's the only thing that keeps the fear of death, of mortality at bay. To the people of Philos, the sacred core isn't just a place. It's a miracle. They believe it can rewrite fate. In an era where death can strike without reason and tomorrow is never guaranteed, the sacred core becomes more than a legend. It becomes salvation. The sacred core is the dream everyone chases. This is the obsession that defines this entire era. MC, just like everyone else in this era, is not an exemption from this obsession. She chases the sacred core with everything she has. The promise of rewriting her fate becomes her entire purpose because she is cursed with immortality and constant pain that torments her, and she's willing to do anything to save herself. Before the sacred
It wasn't explained in the myth why she had the searing pain, was it? There wasn't a. It was just said that she just had it, right? Like from whenever she started living.
Or she tried everything. She subjected herself to centuries.
Wow, this is long. 41 minutes. Ooh-wee.
Experiments. Humans who were once enamored by her immortality eventually turn on her, condemning her simply because they feared what they couldn't understand. And let's be honest, because they couldn't use her immortality. Eventually, she relied on no one but herself. She studied magic, learned about Silas, and about the sacred core. Something said to grant wishes, rewrite fate. Something that sounds too good to be real.
Pain of life.
And it is.
She said it was an actual pain,
it is
though.
A lie,
like,
but she's blinded by her obsession to break free
bad.
from pain and immortality. She's willing to kill, willing to do anything, even seek out a forbidden tome that teaches how to summon the Archfiend Sovereign, all for the chance that he might help her reach the sacred core. What she doesn't know at the time is that her pain, her curse, the immortality that outlived her memories, all of it traces back to a choice she made in a lifetime she can no longer remember.
Because I remember seeing theories that when Silas died in Beyond Cloudfall, and essentially she cursed Silas to live on, like in her or whatever. Like they sort of bonded together as like kindred spirits. People's theory online were like, the third myth, the reason why he was in the underworld is because MC cursed him in the second myth to be there until he was resummoned again. And the reason why she's immortal is because she took on Silas's like immortal curse in Beyond Cloudfall. It was a bit confusing, but I think that was the gist of some trending online myth. Theory?
A desperate attempt to cling to the beloved who died in her arms.
Chronic heart
In this
condition.
myth,
Yeah.
Silas spawned in the underworld, a place where fiends exist, a mirror to the world of the living, and a space meant for incomplete souls. He's a blood-sucking fiend, an uncrowned archfiend sovereign. He earned that reputation by wiping out every other powerful fiend and becoming the one person nobody dares to challenge, which of course he did. Very Silas. Similar to how he became the ruler of the N109 zone by fighting his way to the top. He's immortal, overwhelmingly powerful, and that level of power comes with something the story keeps hinting at over and over again: boredom. Emptiness. We see this pattern echo in the main story as well. Silas is almost always perpetually bored by his surroundings. His power isolates him.
He says
He's
it like
crushing
3-4
other fiends
times.
because it's more like stimulation for him. His violence becomes less about dominance and more about feeling something at all. It's one of the few things capable of cutting through the monotony, something to make endless time feel less empty. That contrast, the underworld versus the world of the living, Lincoln
that makes
City and
sense,
the
the heart
N109
condition.
zone, it's a pattern we keep seeing with Silas and MC as a pair. They're almost always positioned in separate worlds, different realms, different forms of suffering. And what I've noticed is that this myth frames their bond, their curse, almost as something they carry together, a shared burden. Even before they met in this timeline. One carries constant, immeasurable pain, the other carries a void, an emptiness that can't quite be filled. And this shared burden becomes a theme that just keeps showing up
So
throughout
maybe the
myth.
ether
Their
core is
first
the soul.
meeting captures the essence of their dynamic. Violent, intense, instinctual, and deeply rooted in power. In every summoning trope across cultures, the summoned being is supposed to be subservient. They are supposed to submit, but Silas does the opposite. That first kiss is
You need
a
to
mix
have a
of
higher
fan
gym badge,
service and
MC.
pure disrespect. He might as well have spit in her face. This is meant to feel invasive, boundary breaking, a deliberate way of asserting that no one, not even the person who summoned him, has control over him. The kiss becomes a symbol of their struggle for dominance, his power over her and her power over him. I love this cutscene. This moment immediately establishes their enemies to lovers dynamic, that push and pull we always see between these two. Nothing is more Silas and MC than beefing with each other and making out at the same time. Across myths, across universes, their first meeting always follows the same narrative rhythm.
Violent.
Two forces colliding, testing each other's strength, fighting for dominance, using each other as leverage, and eventually becoming bound together. Literally. Their story always begins with conflict, as if the universe itself insists they crash into each other before they can stand side by side. I absolutely loved the way they're always
Good
at each other's
theory,
throats in the
MC.
beginning. Silas is the most uncooperative fiend imaginable, refusing to listen to his own summoner. As someone who lives for enemies to lovers, I was being fed extremely well. And I love that in this myth, he fully leans into his fiendish side. The cockiness, the arrogance, the sheer lack of respect, everything is turned up. But what I love even more is that MC matches that energy. She can keep up with his strength. She has
always
just
does,
as much
though.
audacity.
In every
and
myth,
she's
she always
just
does.
as cocky as he is. I mean, they are the same, after all. Watching them slip into the whole count and countess, husband and wife act to hide their real identities was everything I could
was
ever
awesome.
ask for.
Yeah, that was
Silas
pretty
was
cool.
so extra in this myth, constantly hungry, constantly calling for his wife every 2 seconds. I love it. I love it so much. And that lie eventually becomes their truth. Their pretend marriage was supposed to be a convenient disguise, something they made up on the spot. But under that silly little lie, we watch them fall in love all over again, in a way that goes deeper than any title or facade. And honestly, when you've literally shared half of your soul with someone, what does a mortal husband and wife title even mean? That label doesn't even skim the surface of what they are to each other. One of the parts that hit me the hardest was seeing how
What are you talking
even
about,
when their
pipsqueak?
bodies and minds don't remember their connection, their souls do. There are so many moments in this myth and also in the event story where something inside them, something primal, keeps trying to trigger that connection. Even from the very beginning, how MC feels strangely at ease before summoning Silas, or the way Silas is instantly drawn to her blood and her scent, and the way he felt so much agony when he saw MC die in his dream. Their dreams were one of the biggest ways their soul were trying to reach each other. But I also think these dreams are way more than that. It's way more than just their souls trying to remember each other. The night they find the poem that gives them the clues about the sacred core, Silas reads part of the poem out loud, and it clearly triggers something in MC. That same night, she dreams about him. And then after the whole red mist incident, Silas starts dreaming about her as well. This freaking poem, this mist, this whole thing, this is easily one of the most cryptic pieces of lore the writers drop in this myth. What makes these dreams really interesting to me is that they feel like hints, almost like glimpses into something that already happened in another lifetime. They dream about running through a place described as befitting hell, and the things Silas says in MC's dream are never repeated anywhere else in this myth. And in Love and Deep Space, dreams are almost never just dreams. They usually mean something. This immediately reminded me of one of Silas's 4-star cards. In that card, her dream is clearly showing her something that happened in another life. So it really feels like something similar is happening here. I feel like this lie that Silas said,
supposedly, this archmage witnessed the death of his lover in his youth.
He's making up a story about Saren, but like, this is not actually a lie. I feel like this is foreshadowing, especially given how central poetry is to Silas and MC. It's definitely the writers dropping hints about other lifetimes. Most likely future myths that have not been revealed yet. And not gonna lie, it's low-key scaring me because in one of those dreams, MC died alone.
So.
On the surface, the poetry collection they acquire might seem like nothing more than bait. Something the dead mage, Saren, left behind to lure other mages into following the clues and ultimately sacrificing themselves to the sacred core. But the more I look at it, the more it feels like there are much bigger forces at play. Because here's the thing. Everything that happened after Silas read Saren's poem aloud, the phrase rose in the mist. It triggered a chain reaction that was way too big to be caused by a character as irrelevant as Saren. MC dreams of another lifetime with Silas. Her dream matches the painting that later releases the red mist, and then the red mist causes the dream plague. The dream plague gives Silas visions of his other lifetime where MC...
Honestly, Angel, you have lost me here. What's going on? Poem acquired, rose in the mist. That was the roses, MC's dream, painting in red mist, dream plague, Silas's dreams.
And then the dream plague literally caused Mephisto to spawn. This entire sequence, dreams, visions, red mist, and eventually the sacred
white
core,
Mephisto.
it all hits the core lore of our main characters. There is no way this much narrative weight comes from a side character like Saren, who only had 6 lines in this myth. Yes, 6 lines, I counted. And then there's this line from the poetry book. When the mist kisses the rose and its petals fall, the supreme shall awaken from its eternal slumber. This is a text that MC found in Saren's poetry book when she was looking for explanations about the blood red mist. And then she later explained that this mist is a forbidden spell that can cause an entire city to witness the same dream. The writers are being super cryptic here, and I feel like this is one of those instances where they just give us hints and crumbs. Whenever they do this, it drives me insane because they're giving us clues with no trail. Because who the fuck is the Supreme? And why are they awakening? Like, what are you talking about? Look, I know it's most likely Silas, but they never touched on this again. They didn't expand on the Rose Dream Plague at all. It appears a couple of times and then the story just never addresses it. And we all know how important dreams are for Silas and MC. So I genuinely believe there are bigger forces at play. My best guess, based on the crumbs we have, is that the Rose Dream Plague and the Blood Red Mist are connected to this Supreme. And the Supreme is most likely Silas. Maybe like his god form or something. I don't know. Hello, it's Editing Angel. I want to add something here because I had a realization while editing. At this point, it's pretty clear that Love and Deep Space is a story about breaking fate. MC's fate across timelines is almost always the same. To be sacrificed, to die, to suffer, And the core conflict for our main characters, for the love interest, is that they're placed in situations where killing her or sacrificing her is necessary. For example, Raphael is bound by his duty to Lemuria, Xavier is tied to Philos, Zane is bound to his role as someone who governs fate itself.
Yeah.
They're all constrained by obligation, by a duty to a system, a civilization, or, I don't know, greater good. And that's what makes Silas interesting. Silas doesn't really have a duty in the same way. He doesn't serve a kingdom.
No, because he
doesn't
earns the
protect
kingdom.
a civilization. He's not acting on behalf of some higher order. So it makes me wonder, what if his struggle isn't about duty at all? What if it's about, like, his nature? What if instead of being forced to kill her because of an external role, his conflict is that he's meant to kill her simply because of what he is? I don't know. I don't have a full answer for that yet, but it feels like something this story is quietly circling. Okay, keep watching this video. It'll make sense. Once you get to the alchemical symbolism, it will make sense. I promise. Keep watching the video. The writers are being extremely cryptic and they are setting something up. I can feel it, but it's impossible to see the whole picture yet. We just have to give it time. Now, I want to talk about one of my favorite parts of this myth. It's the moment they drank each other's blood. I'm sorry,
Hey, Mari.
but that act was more intimate than any spicy scene this game has ever produced. It's such a crime they did not animate it. What could be more intimate than consuming each other so completely that it transforms you? This literally rewrites MC. She crossed into his realm, to the underworld, and became a fiend. Pause. Yes, I know, technically, she transformed to a fiend, not when she's already in the underworld, but when they were fighting the mages. But you get what I mean. It doesn't change the fact that this is still my favorite scene ever. And it doesn't change the fact that they literally, like, consumed each other. It was kind of like alchemical rebirth, two beings becoming one substance. One thing I've noticed recently, Silas's writing team loves to use alchemical symbolism.
It is quite cute how during the course of the myth he's letting MC bite him and then MC's letting him bite her, like two kindred spirits forming into one. You know, it doesn't really help with the sustenance, but every time they do it, if you think about it chemically, their blood is merging, their life force is merging. Their life force is merging. Yeah.
To portray the connection between MC and Silas.
Does that make sense?
I noticed this when I was trying to figure out the true nature of their linkage. One important piece of information we get in this myth is that this linkage is limiting Silas's power, which is something that was hinted at in his anecdote. I'm glad they finally talked about this, but I feel like this myth really only scratches the surface when it comes to their linkage. After their very eventful first meeting, Silas broke their linkage, but then it quickly reformed and got stronger. This happened because of MC's will and her desperation. She always does some weird shit with her powers when she's desperate. But the thing is, there's very little actual explanation given for why this linkage reforms and then becomes unbreakable. You could say it's because they share parts of each other's souls, that their souls recognize each other when their minds don't. That explanation works to a point, but it feels incomplete to me. I don't know, it just feels too vague. It feels like there's more going on here, and that the writers are intentionally holding back the deeper origin level explanation for much later. Because when you really start looking at it, the linkage doesn't seem emotional or circumstantial. It feels tied to what they are and the roles they occupy in the larger structure of the story, like all the, you know, the cosmic shit. Which brings me back to
such
the
a delicious
alchemical
increase in
symbolism I
biting
mentioned earlier.
in lads
If we
these
look at
days,
another
you're right.
instance in the current timeline where
It's like
this
passing
linkage
the
was
ball.
described,
I'll never understand
it's
how
in
they
this
survive from
5-star
drinking
card.
each other's
MC
blood.
describes their connection as two snakes wanting to devour each other. This is such a short line, but it actually reveals way more than you would expect. The first
think
thing
it
that
only
came to my mind
temporarily
was the
sustained them.
Ouroboros, specifically the alchemical Ouroboros. Now, we don't know the true nature of their linkage yet, but symbolically, lore-wise, this thing literally represents their story in this myth. And I want to nerd out about it because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. This idea shows up everywhere in this myth. When we think of the traditional Ouroboros, we picture a single serpent with one head biting its own tail. But starting in the late 15th to 16th century, Renaissance alchemists began drawing a version with two heads. It represents duality within unity, two principles that depend on each other and transform each other, just like Silas and MC. This symbolism fits their story so well it almost feels illegal. The Ouroboros is usually associated with infinity, eternal cycles, cycles that don't really end, and that feels very in sync with Silas and MC's connection across timelines, and the pattern of repetition they can't seem to escape, of being fucked by fate, no matter the timeline. And it also represents the cycle of death and rebirth. I don't know if you've noticed, but the writers went insane with the death and rebirth cycles in this myth. From MC and Silas being stuck in immortality, like in a stagnant state, until they found each other to unstuck themselves, to MC's first rebirth in this myth when she turned into a fiend, and then the death of their immortal selves in the sacred core, and their rebirth into mortality, to their actual final death in this myth that leads to their new beginning. It's a loop of death and rebirth cycle that keeps repeating itself, just like these snakes, like an endless death and rebirth loop, both on a macro and micro scale. Bro, the writers cooked! You do not understand. I love it when writers do shit like this. And it's not just about infinity and death and rebirth. This is meant to represent mutual consumption, two forces of the same essence, endlessly consuming and transforming each other. And when you look at it that way, the blood drinking is not just hot anymore, but it becomes the clearest expression of that mutual consumption. Two mirrored forces bound to transform each other through constant change. And this is not just this myth only thing. Even in the main story, they have this same exact energy. They talk about wanting to absorb each other, possess each other. It's just that in this myth, they literally physically eat each other to the point of transformation, of becoming one. And most importantly, it symbolizes the union of opposites. The idea that each side exists because of the other. Two reflections of the same essence, inverted but connected, like Lincoln City and the N109 zone. And in this case, the underworld and the world of the living, separate realms that mirror one another. The reason why I'm so hung up on these symbolisms is because at this point, it's not just symbolism anymore. This is the writers using this symbol and linkage and pulling a full 4D chess galaxy brain narrative move. They're weaving the exact same idea into their character arcs, their romance, their cosmology, and their fate loops. It's so insane and so smart that once you notice it, everything just sort of clicks. Also, I think this might be one of the biggest clues about what Silas and MC really are in the grand scheme of things. If we're talking about alchemy symbolisms, then maybe Silas is meant to be the force that balances her. I'm gonna leave that there for now because that is absolutely a whole video on its own. Also, this is just my personal take. I don't think the linkage we see in this myth is the origin of the linkage we see in the main story. This myth feels more like the story is slowly introducing the nature of this linkage, that it's unbreakable, that it limits Silas's power, that it ties into something much bigger than this one universe. But there's way too many missing puzzle pieces to say that this myth is like the start. We don't even know what happened in Silas's original future timeline yet. When we get to the timeline talk at the end of the video, I hope you will understand my point better. Alright, now I wanna really quickly talk about Mephisto. I am so happy we finally get Mephisto lore. This myth made me look at him completely differently in the main story. And something I want to point out really quickly is that Mephisto is not just a random name. There is an actual demon in European folklore called Mephisto or Mephistopheles. I'm not gonna sit here and turn this into a Faust lecture, but in German folklore, Mephistopheles is seen as Hell's messenger, the servant of the devil. So from the very beginning, the writers choosing that name for Silas's companion is definitely intentional. It's a pretty obvious nod to Silas's archfiend or archdemon, king of demons, devil archetype. Of course, his little crow companion is named after the most iconic demonic messenger in Western folklore. Pause. And on that note, there's something else I want to add.
Dude, look
Mephisto
at
isn't
Angel's
just
little...
a companion here. He's explicitly positioned as a messenger
That's
of
so
the
cool.
Sacred Core. And that immediately stood out to me because in mythology, Mephistopheles serves a very similar role. He's not the devil himself, he's the messenger, the intermediary, the one who carries out someone else's will. And that's where my brain kind of short circuits, because Mephistopheles does not act on his own. He works for the devil. So if Mephisto is the messenger of the Sacred Core, then the obvious question is, who is doing the sending? Who is he actually working for? Obviously, this is where Silas keeps coming back to the picture for me. The fact that Mephisto spawns directly from the red mist matters a lot, especially when Silas is the one who releases that mist, whether he's fully aware of it or not. If Mephisto exists to guide MC toward her fate, imprisonment within the Sacred Core, sacrifice, whatever form that takes, then that power has to be coming from somewhere
Silas.
higher up the chain. And honestly, it starts to feel like the story is hinting at a higher aspect of Silas, something more cosmic. I know the writers are giving us crumbs here, and part of me feels like I'm reaching, but at the same time, there's just too much lining up. The red mist, the Sacred Core, Mephisto's emergence, none of it feels isolated. The pattern isn't fully formed yet, but it's very clearly there. I'm fucking spiraling, dude. Learning about Mephisto made me love him even more, but it also made me even more curious about the current Mephisto. I'm curious on how the current Mephisto was built. Like, what was the story behind his creation? Because now, instead of a bird that can travel between the underworld and the world of the living, the present day Mephisto can travel between digital world and
want you to talk
the
about it,
physical
Halsey,
world
for
and
sure.
use some big brain hackerman primordial coding to command rogue AI. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm referring to a World Underneath 18. I made a video about it. If you haven't read it, it's one of my favorite World Underneath. Mephisto
read it yet.
plays such a huge role in this myth. He's low-key the one who pushes the story toward its climax, the one who guides MC and Silas to the Sacred Core. And I love how his role became less, I don't know, intense in the main story. Here in the myth, he's a messenger leading them toward their final tragedy. But in the current timeline, he becomes MC's personal messenger boy, and she gets to mess around with him. It's such a drastic change, and it makes the whole thing, this whole myth, feels a lot less tragic, which is good. I don't know if this is because I'm a Silas girl, but in the later half of this myth, I had to take so many breaks because everything was making me so emotional. Every time they reference Beyond Cloudfall,
Dude,
every time
so
they talk
many...
about the damn organ
Yep.
in that damn song,
Yep.
it feels like they stabbed me right
Yeah,
in
the second
gut.
half was hard.
Must there be a reason? This might be the only place where I've seen a pipe organ. It's the only object that feels familiar to me. I don't remember. It seems like I was born with it.
That destroyed me. It's such a beautiful parallel as well. In Beyond Cloudfall, she was the one who played for him. Now, in this life, it's his turn. I loved their short time in the underworld so much. It honestly made me wish they could just stay there forever and live happily ever after, but that was never really an option. Her curse was causing her too much pain, her body was deteriorating, and eventually, things had to come to an end. Also, I just want to add, the Sacred Core's desert imagery really stood out to me. It immediately reminded me of Lost Oasis, and it echoes things we've seen in World Underneath 16 and Zane's third myth. At this point, it feels pretty clear that the story is deliberately setting something up with deserts. They're consistently portrayed as liminal spaces. In Zane's third myth, the rain inside the desert protofield is described as time itself. Silas mentions that he nearly died in the desert. On top of that, the number 7 keeps appearing. And not just in one storyline, we're seeing it surface across multiple love interests at this point. And it really feels like another thread the writers are quietly weaving into
number
the
7 is,
larger narrative.
yeah, the supernatural,
For the sake of
godlike
time,
number.
and for my sanity, I am not gonna get into that here. That is a rabbit hole I'm not opening in this video. I will eventually talk about it in the future. When they finally got to the Sacred Core and they found out that it was a lie, it was almost like fate mocked her. It's not salvation, it's a sacrifice. After centuries of pain, after everything she endured, she finds out she was never meant to be saved. And the tragic part is, That's just how her story always plays out. No matter the universe, no matter the timeline, whether it's the dragon's curse in Beyond Cloudfall, where the dragon is fated to kill his beloved, or the curse of carrying half of a fiend's soul in this myth, her path is always marked by suffering and death. But Silas?
Yep.
Silas has never believed in fate. Not in this world, not in any world. By the time they reach the Sacred Core, he's already chosen. He's already decided that he's gonna break her fate.
6 airlines
no
plus
matter
1
what
MC
cost.
equals 7. Good theory.
I especially loved this line.
If fate demands your suffering, then I will destroy it.
Yeah,
no
so
matter
good.
the cost. This shall be the price I pay.
Not only is that the most Silas thing he has ever said, it is violent devotion. It's a declaration of war on the architecture of fate itself, on the system that dared to write her
He never
pain
believes
as
in it.
something inevitable. And this is why I love Silas. The way he talks to her when she was ready to sacrifice herself. Silas doesn't comfort her. He recognizes her. When she finally breaks after being tossed around by fate, he becomes her spine. He could see that she's breaking, but he refuses to let her see herself as weak.
Yeah, spurs her
I
on.
love how Silas never shields her from reality. He stands with her in it. And he knows breaking the Sacred Core will bring the world down on them. And by letting his power and his soul be absorbed by the Sacred Core, he knows he's severing himself from everything he once was. The underworld, his immortality, the absolute power he wielded. But it doesn't matter. He was not gonna let her die and suffer alone. What follows is not a grand adventure. It's two immortals fighting through the fragile, fleeting years they have left. Always on the run, yet somehow building a life anyway. Even with death at their heels, they managed to do everything they once talked about. And what gets me is knowing their main timeline selves get to do those same things freely. The ocean trips, the domestic bickering, the silly little mundane routines. That parallel alone wrecked me. His line in Magnum Opus about not wanting to wait until it's too late, it hits a little too hard after hearing this line.
There's only one thing I fear. I found the person whom I want to spend the rest of my life with. Yet, I'm afraid our life together has started too late.
It was incredibly satisfying seeing how their final moments in this myth completely flips their ending in Beyond Cloudfall. In that life, she curses his soul, and in this one, she blesses him. Seeing the journey of these two across lifetimes.
That's a good day. You, Angel, you're cooking. Nya, 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 Angel. Angel's cooking. The first one she curses, the third one she blesses, and in the first one we don't count that one. Great stuff.
Always
I like
facing
this.
impossible
I like
hardships,
this one.
always choosing each other, even when the world burns around them. It's so
Fascinating.
bittersweet, I can barely talk about it without tearing up. What really stands out to me is how self-aware their love is. Silas and MC never pretend their story is sunshine and roses. They know exactly what they're walking into. They know they're going to suffer. They know their ending won't be peaceful, but they choose each other anyway. What kills me about this ending is how quietly devastating it is. They don't rage against death. They don't fight the
I'm so
inevitable.
sorry,
They
guys.
just
And I'm very silent. I would normally add my commentary, but this is so fascinating. I'm like, my brain is like, wow, wow. So it's like an altogether study session.
accept it together. And this line just destroys me every time.
From the moment we're born to when we breathe our last, we shall inevitably walk the same path. It's the greatest blessing for us.
This felt so overwhelmingly pure. The idea that simply existing is enough, that it doesn't matter what worlds they come from or what shape their lives take or how chaotic their meeting will be. As long as they're alive, their paths will eventually converge. And to them,
The
that
same.
alone
Yep, I
is
noticed
the
that.
blessing. They're not promising each other an easy life. They're not pretending their path will be peaceful or safe. They're just choosing to walk it together, whatever it ends up looking like. Nothing made me ugly cry harder than the very end of this myth. Seeing how Even after MC learns that her curse,
Hey,
her
Billy.
immortality, all that suffering, it all came from a choice that she made in another lifetime. She still chose to keep half of his soul with her, knowing that it'll become her eternal curse. This just shows how neither of them ever lets go. It's not one-sided devotion. What makes it even sweeter is how different this feels from the usual soulmate trope. This is not fate forcing them together.
They
This is
want
not
to be
destiny
together.
dragging them along. This is two people looking at the full cost, understanding exactly what it means and choosing each other anyway. Soulmates not because they were written that way,
Star-crossed lovers.
but because they decided to be. And the way Silas reassures her,
You don't need to be afraid of anything. I will find you. It doesn't matter. I will recognize you, and we'll be the same. Two kindred spirits.
it's so soft it fucking hurts. It's comforting in the
You can hear
purest way.
Angel,
It's
like,
so
she's welling up, like, talking about it.
soft it fucking hurts. It's comforting in the purest way. Like he's holding the fear for both of them. This is one of the cleanest articulation of eternal love I've ever seen. Not eternal or forever in a fairy tale sense, but forever as in death means nothing because you are a part of me. I'll meet you again because I carry you with me. It's eternal love without delusion, without denial. A love that understands loss, death, and pain. And
It's like, it makes you think about the beginning of Silas's memory, main story, because he immediately is trying to, like, get MC to, like, do things. And MC's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, get me out of this shit. But Silas is literally trying to, I think, make her remember? I don't know.
still chooses to endure. Bro, I will need the next banner to be a stupid, like a fluffy, stupid, silly one. This is why we need fun, unserious banners, guys, because stuff like this exists. We cannot be operating at this level of emotional damage every month. Like, this
Emotional
is unhealthy.
damage.
In all seriousness,
Sorry.
this myth was amazing. But, of course, there's still a million unanswered questions, like how Silas doesn't remember anything in this myth, but definitely remembers all of his lifetime in the main story. We still have zero
He does. So that means he was trying to get MC to remember.
information for
Yeah,
what he
I said
remembers
that.
now. There's no proper answer for the ether core in his eye, or the fact that he can absorb ether cores in the main story, just like MC. Also, I'm still so bothered by the red mist and the dream plague because the story barely explains either of them. There is absolutely no way all of that was caused by a poem collection that Sauron wrote. The scale just does not add up. The Supreme is clearly Silas. I will die on this hill. The red mist literally causes Mephisto to fucking spawn. It triggers the dream plague. It pushes
Yeah,
the story
it's gotta be
forward.
Silas.
I don't know if the writers are ever going to revisit this thread, but I really hope they do because there is too much weight here for it to be a throwaway concept. I am not letting this go. Yeah, there's still so many threads still dangling, and honestly, I'm excited. We just have to wait and let the story reveal itself piece by piece. Silas's lore is fucking amazing. I love enjoying a piece of media that is this intentional. Nothing is wasted. Even his standard myth has a whole new meaning now. I cannot imagine the amount of work and time that goes into building a narrative like this. I genuinely respect the writers so much. This myth is such a good reminder that the writing team in this game knows what they're doing. They build everything slowly, intentionally, and I do want
Yeah,
to
they
say,
managed to link
remembering
everything.
how many people hated his standard myth or called it boring, I feel
And what I've learnt through advertising this big lads quiz thing is that when I was pushing out those puzzles and stuff, you guys are really smart, super intelligent. You guys will figure things out even with the smallest of context. And I think the lads writers know that. They know that readers, even if not everyone is going to click on with it, you're going to have people like Angel who will then tell the crowd the rundown, and they'll know that people will find out what they're trying to get at.
I feel like
you
there's
know?
a lesson here. That myth is structured the way it is because it's about
Because the biggest
MC
fear is that, and I'm sure this has happened a lot of times, is that you're leading people to somewhere and they still don't know what it is. That's the roughest and probably the hardest part about it. Yeah.
the beginning to get to know Silas. It's slower, more restrained, because the relationship itself has not opened yet. And honestly, I really want to encourage people to stop being so reactive, because oh my god, the moment the trailer for this myth dropped, people were already calling it random, out of character, and then the actual myth comes out and it's one of the most tightly written, emotionally devastating things in the entire game. I'm not saying don't have opinions, I'm just saying maybe give this story a chance to exist before deciding it's bad. This game tells its story in pieces, so the payoff naturally will take time. Some things are meant to simmer for a while. Not every detail needs to have a grand answer right away. Sometimes it's a seed that blooms later. Alright, last portion of this video.
I do understand what Angel was saying, and I completely get that side. I have to say though, that despite the whole, there's pieces of story, it's all gathering into one piece. Despite that, you still can have bad or not so great stories in between. The biggest example that I know of is Final Fantasy XIV. It's a 10-year story. It goes from A Realm Reborn all the way to Endwalker, and it really hit off during the Shadowbringers and Endwalker arc. The Heavensward story was fantastic, but there was two of the content cycles that people didn't think were very good, and it was A Realm Reborn and Stormblood. Those two, their stories were kind of ass. Even though it added to a greater story in the end, it still like can be critiqued that the way they did it and the pacing wasn't overall great. Obviously not faulting the writers or anything, but I'm just saying, like, it's the nature of how things are. Like, you're not always gonna hit a 10-star, 5-star every time, you know.
Talk about timelines. This myth isn't too confusing timeline-wise because it's set in a universe where MC and Silas are reborn after Beyond Cloudfall. If you've watched me for a while, you probably know I'm always going to encourage people to not force all the myths and the stories into a single linear timeline, because Love and Deep Space doesn't really work like that. It operates more like a multiverse. The game itself tells us that. I know my regular viewers already have a decent understanding of this because I've repeated
People
this
critique
in so
stories
many
they did not
videos,
even read.
but I want to
Really?
explain it properly this time, just in case there are some people who still don't understand what I'm saying. The
Keep that always
easiest way
happens.
to explain this in a clear way is to draw it. Before I start, I just want to say that this is simply my way of making sense of everything. You absolutely do not have to think this way. We all have access to the same information, and I'm never here to tell anyone how to think.
So again, it's important as a content creator. This is like Angel putting a disclaimer saying, I'm not trying to tell you how to think or do this. This is just my thoughts. Like, the amount of times that a content creator has to say that and it still doesn't get in people's head. They're like, no, you're completely wrong. This is not what it's about. Rah! And then, like, as a content creator, sometimes you're just like, you pull your hair back and you're like, I literally said this was my opinion and I addressed all those things already. Like, why aren't people listening to me?
This way, we all have access to the
So,
same.
literally, as Cordia Lee says, it sucks when people criticize stories where they did not even read. It sucks also when you say something and then people don't even hear what you said. They just run with it anyway.
Information.
You know?
I'm never here to tell anyone
Oh,
how to think.
jeez.
This is just the frameworks that makes the most sense to me. If you already have your own way
Yeah.
of understanding the timelines and what I'm about to say,
But it just
only makes
happens,
things
like,
more confusing. Ignore
universally.
This. Ignore this completely.
You know?
So this.
The fact that a content creator has to do that disclaimer and say, like, this is, you know, this is my opinion, this is, yeah, I'm not trying to tell you how you think, etc. You know, the fact that we have to do that, it's kind of like,
is what I don't do when I am consuming stories that are built on a multiverse system like Love and Deep Space, because this is way too tight. It's forcing everything into one fixed path, and it closes off the space for new stories, new timelines,
Yeah,
and
so they're
new
doing it like
angles
dotted it
to
everywhere.
exist and fit into the world. It's too limiting for a world that is constantly expanding, for a game that's repeatedly confirmed
can't
it
fix
operates
dumb
within a
people.
multiverse. And also, this is our main character. Do you actually think time works normally for this thing that can actually bend cosmic strings and space-time? And also, this kind of linear
It's not like
framing
that.
is
I
way
agree.
too limiting for a life service gacha game that doesn't really have an ending. So this is how I personally digest these stories, like a web. Is this a web? I don't know. You get the idea. So
And some of them are
we,
connected.
as players, only experience the stories one at a time. From the main story to the standard myth, and then the second myth, and then the third myth, and then so on, right? That order can make it feel like there's a single past, present, and future line. But that doesn't change the fact that the world itself operates within a multiverse system, and that there are still many stories we haven't seen yet. It only feels like there's a past, present, and future because of how we, as players, receive the story one piece
'Cause we
at a
only-
time,
we can
at
only
least
receive
for
it
now,
linearly.
until the game decides how it actually wants to deal with the whole time doesn't really exist idea in the main story. I'm guessing that's when they reveal how everyone is some cosmic primordial being or god,
Correct.
just like MC.
They're all gonna be
I hope I explained
omnipotent.
that clearly. If that confuses you even more, just ignore this portion of the video. Okay? Anyways, that's it, guys. I've been yapping for too long. Please leave a like if you want, and consider subscribing
Well done,
if
Angel.
you enjoy my content. If you've made it
Well
this
done.
far, I
Your
hope you
thoughts
enjoyed
were
this
really
video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Hey, give it up for Angel. Yeah, Final Fantasy 14 is the source and its stars. Absolutely correct. So Final Fantasy 14, you've got one big crystal. One big crystal blew up. Now there's 14 crystals from that big crystal, and from the 14 crystals, one of them is the source, and the others are the reflections. Yeah, same thing. We're used to that, you know. So it's kind of like, well done, Angel. These types of games and these types of storytelling, it's really there to try and keep you invested, like your time invested. If they completed the whole story and they showed everything, they wouldn't be able to keep your interest long enough. So for a gacha game, it makes total sense to keep you on the hook at all times, and give you certain love, like lore dumps here and there. It'll be interesting how they take it going forwards. Are they still going to keep repeating the same sort of style? Like, will we ever get a myth where, you know, it's not the same sort of violent sexual tension or whatever you want to call it at the start? Who knows? But I really like MC's personality, and I really like Silas's personality when they talk and interact with each other. I think they're really cool. And that's why he's probably one of my favorite allies. Yeah. Along with Caleb, that is. Oh yeah, well done, Angel. Cool. I really learned a lot from that, actually. I really want to know more about Zane's, though, because that was a bit weird. Like, went to a lab, he was trying to save us. We were like, I don't know why the hell we were in, like, Egypt or whatever. But it was very interesting. That one, I'm more curious about that one, because even though I understood it and it was great, I want to know more about it, because this Silas one, I kind of had an inkling of how it went because I'm so invested in the character. I know about the two kindred spirits. I loved Beyond Cloudfall. It was one of my favorites, still is one of my favorite myths. So it would be good to know, like, what Angel thinks about Zane's, and maybe she can help me understand it better, because I get the idea. I don't think I fully comprehend the circumstances, besides the fact that he's a man that controls fate, or is a servant to fate. Anyway, that was great. I enjoyed that. I think I'm going to end the stream there. I think that was a good place to stop. Did you guys like that one? How'd you find it? That was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. Right. But if you guys want to hang out more, I'll be on Discord in a bit. I just need to sort of rest up, brush up, and things, all that jazz. I'm gonna pass it over to. I kind of recognize one of these guys, Billabong. I do recognize Billabong. All right, I'm gonna invade Billabong 2011. All right, and I hope to see you guys in the next one, Billabong 2011. Yeah, I hope to see you on the next one and talk more about Love and Deep Space and the lore, because I find it really interesting. Sometimes getting out of the game and looking around the game rather than like the media and stuff is a lot more interesting and fun. So anyway, I appreciate you all. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for coming to Caleb's Indulgent scheme, and catch you on the next one. Look forward to the teasers, okay? Thank you. I'll be on Discord maybe in half an hour, so you can chill out. Alright, cheers guys. Bye-bye. Boom. And then the YouTubey boobies. See you laters. I'll see you on the next one as well.